Okay, everybody, so welcome back. This is Ian from Mindful Marketplace. It's the 3rd of February, 2022, and I'm going to build and layer on a little bit of specificity to the recording I did a couple days ago on productizing your business. So you should have an audio that walks through the process or the concept of what a productized business can look like. And I know that some of you are selling web design or development services using CARRD. So we're going to use CARRD for this example, how to use this specific templatized, productized business model using something like CARRD. And I'm going to do this in under 5 minutes. All right, generally I type these things out on the fly when I'm recording these, but some people have complained about the keyboard noise when I'm generating these via a extemporaneous typing process. So to avoid annoying people with my loud typing, I'm just writing this out and I'm going to read it or go through it already done. All right, so here are the steps of building a profitable digital design or marketing business using something like CARRD from home in a few simple steps. Understanding CARRD is really interchangeable with whatever software as a service you prefer. There are some specific advantages to using CARRD that I've covered in other videos. I can certainly explain why that is to you directly if you need, but for general purposes, we're going to cover a CARRD because of its ease and its affordability. All right, so number one, you're going to sign up for a CARRD account. Again, if you are have you joined our All Access Pass for digital media brands, which you should have the link in the YouTube video if you're not watching this on our community. I will actually give you 2 premium CARRD themes that we've customized, that I bought and have customized, that convert like crazy for getting clients. And I'll also record for you the exact steps you need to implement this approach to get your first 3 paying clients in the next 30 days. And this is just for those of you who sign up for that through February of 2022. All right, so the key to this strategy is you have to productize. And again, if you don't know what that means, go back and watch that other video I did a couple days ago, which will actually walk you through the theory of that in a little bit more detail. But you need to turn your service-based business into a templatized, productized service. And you do this by adding some constraints, adding a consistent set of options or menu items that turn a service into a sort of product-centric sale, right? And again, as I mentioned, you can listen to the recent audio that I did on this if that doesn't make a lot of sense. The other thing you want to incorporate is a time element. So it's done in a certain amount of time. And I recommend if you're building this on CARRD, something that I know that works really, really well from a time-based perspective is 3 days. So if you're selling this, offer this service for delivery in 3 days, and you'll rapidly amp up your conversions. Of course, you can do everything I'm covering here. Forget about 3 days. You could do it in 30 minutes. So that's part of why CARRD is so ideal for this. All right, so here is the process I recommend that you follow if you're just getting started. So one is you're going to define a very specific productized slash templatized offer for your first service. Now, what I recommend people do is having 4 core offers, 4 irresistible offers that you use to scale this strategy. You'll see a little bit of a flavor of this in the items below. But let's start with your first offer, because I know people watching this often don't have one offer, let alone 4. But at bottom, you want to have, if you're building an agency, 4 very specific offers, and they're irresistible because you make them so good that it's harder for people to say no than it is for them to say yes. So let's say number 1, and again, you need to identify your niche, right? So you need to know who your ideal client is, and we're not going to cover that here because it's not really relevant, but you need a niche and you need an outreach campaign. And that's it, other than this process here, to build your entire business. All right, number 1, if you're using CARRD, again, which we're assuming you are, a CARRD landing page, premium card page with a great design delivered in 3 days, or it's 100% free. So you're actually going to use the time element and, some sort of like Domino's pizza style, delivered in this amount of time, or you get it free. Obviously, you can do this, in 30 minutes, not 3 days. So you can create this short window that appears really quick turnaround time wise to your clients, but to you, if you're working at this business, even if you have 2 other jobs, you could still do this and deliver it in a day, let alone 3. All right. Premium page means, only in the CARRD vernacular, that it's not something that's available for free on the CARRD platform, right? You want to have a premium sort of, shine to this offer. You don't want it to be something that comes with the CARRD, a theme that's within the CARRD ecosystem that anyone can get. All right. Number 2, you build this into the menu items that, the templatized, productized service, which is a year of hosting. And this actually comes with your CARRD account if you're the person who's running this. So that makes it very easy to offer this. And it's appealing to your clients who don't know a thing about hosting, or how long or how short a good hosting package is. So a year of hosting is a really appealing thing when you compare that to WordPress, or something that they may be thinking about or have been familiarized with by other offers. And, again, that comes with your account when you're a CARRD, designer, developer, user, etc. All right, mapping to the client domain, essentially, pointing the DNS stuff so that your client doesn't have a CARRD domain. They actually have an abc.com domain. They have a vanity domain. So in my case, ian.com rather than ian.carrd.co, which is the CARRD, URL. That's their domain. All right. Number 4, newsletter integration with any of the following 10 services. I actually wrote 6, but it's actually 10 that I covered here, I believe. MailerLite, MailChimp, sendfox, convertit, revue, email octopus, buttondown, sendy, getresponse, or activecampaign. You have to remember, any of these will allow you to, that looks very generous from your client's perspective, when they see that you'll actually integrate their CARRD landing page with any of these 10 services. But for you, as a practical matter, all you're doing is entering the API key in the back end of CARRD. I've covered this before, and you're done, right? So that configuration is done literally within 90 seconds. Some of them are have an extra step or two, like MailChimp requires you to actually target the list in addition to the API or account. But again, those are más o menos really distinctions without much of a difference, right? Very easy to do. And you can also, number 5, offer like a 30-minute marketing consult, whether it's SEO, whether it's just general marketing, whatever other things that you want to sell. You can just build it into this to sweeten the pot and make it more irresistible, to your client. All right, so now let's just look really quickly at building in a couple back-end offers. Again, you're going to make this almost like an a la carte menu style thing so that it's productized, right? So you're not actually pitching or prodding or persuading or pushing or being salesy. You're just saying, this is option 1. In addition to this, you can select this option or that option, and you can add that onto the base service. So something that's very popular if you're selling into local markets, which I know some of you are, a curated local newsletter sent out once per week. Newsletters are phenomenal, right? I mean, they have the best return on investment, ROI, for your clients. They're easy to do if you do them in the way I'm about to suggest. And this is ideal for marketing to local agencies, or as a marketing agency to market this sort of service to realtors, financial advisors, CPAs, or really any existing high-end brick and mortar professional. And let's say this newsletter is $6.99 per month, and you're going to use something like Revue to send this out. You're not going to be writing long-form content for your clients. You're just going to be curating financial news, real estate news, any, whether it's a therapist, psychological news, or mental health news, and you're just going to add those into a revue, which is the Twitter-owned newsletter service that does curated content in a simplified way. I've been raving about this newsletter service for years now. I actually created a course about this maybe 3 years ago, and they're really under the radar until recently when Twitter purchased them, right? So in some way, I feel somewhat vindicated from those who were constantly telling me there were better options. Revue is awesome for this sort of service, and certainly Twitter wouldn't have bought them if they weren't. All right, so you can also supplement this with a Canva print newsletter with the exact same items as the curated items that you covered in the review. Digital newsletter. So now you're actually giving them a PDF version of the same content, like 10 local listings or events that are happening for a realtor, or coffee places or restaurants. Like if you're building this for a realtor, you want to actually expand outside of just real estate. If you want that realtor to have a newsletter that people want to read, right? Like the best local events, the best school system, the best, whatever. I mean, coffee shop, sushi restaurant, pizza place. Like you can do all of this sort of thing with the review curated links and then input them into a Canva newsletter PDF. If you want to do this for your own business, I will give you a Canva print newsletter template that we use that's phenomenal. It's beautiful, and it gives your clients a really high-end printable, downloadable archive or a hard copy of their digital newsletter. It's a great way of now adding a second offer. Now that's $4.99 in addition to the $6.99, and that's a menu option that they can select. And then finally, you bundle these two into, let's say, $1,000 a month, and you're giving your clients a significant discount over buying these in an individual way. All right, so that makes it very appealing to those who want both of these things and want to save 20%. You can make that, $8.99. You can do whatever you want to make that really, really appealing. All right, and again, you want to make sure this is productized and it's templatized. It's a service, but it's really a product. You can customize all this for each client, but within very specific parameters that simplify the sale and ultimately will simplify your life, right? You're not gonna do a completely different thing as part of this offer. You're gonna stay within the confines of the CARRD landing page, the CARRD newsletter integrations that are built into the back end, which I just covered above, these 10 services. You're going to pick one that's really ideal for the niche that you're targeting. Most cases, I think that's revue rather than the rest, because these are largely like longer form email newsletters, whereas revue is a curated. It's created for content curation rather than creation, rather than writing long sort of essays, which is a completely different sort of service if you're selling newsletters to your clients. And essentially, you can really make this a very, very simple, appealing, templatized offer that that stays within a very simple structure that simplifies your life, simplifies the sale, and really offers your clients super high-end value predicated on everything above. All right, and again, if you're interested in working with me in February, I will actually help you get 3 new clients when you sign up for our All Access Bundle, which is a series of courses on building a digital media brand. All you need to do is tell me what service you want to sell. As long as you're using the framework here that I'm covering and you're not looking to do something completely different, you tell me what you want to sell and to what niche and to what audience, and I will record for you a step-by-step process map that you can implement using CARRD or really anything else as well, although I prefer that you stay within the confines of what I'm covering here, because otherwise it gets thorny and people start like bringing up all these sort of esoteric ideas that are not part of what I'm covering in these tutorials. But as long as you can define what it is that you want to do, what the niche is, I will record for you a step-by-step audio that will guide you to get 3 new clients, including 1 high-end client in the next 30 days. And when I say high-end client, I simply mean someone who's willing to pay you, something like these numbers here, rather than, $100 or $200 a month or whatever it may be. All right. Teach what you know, do what you love, wake up the world with your work. Again, if you sign up for this, I will send you a copy of our Canva newsletter template that we use ourselves, and you can just edit it in Canva. If you're using Canva, you can just edit it to create for your own clients, and I'll also give you 2 Canva themes that we've customized, that I purchased and then made edits to, that will allow you to really sell high-end CARRD landing pages that look great and convert like crazy. Okie doke. Thank you so much as always for listening, and have a wonderful day.